So here we've got an equation or relation, x squared plus y squared equals 4, that's going to be compressed vertically by a factor of 1/5, reflected in the y-axis, and we're supposed to find a new equation. So what we need to do is we need to do these two transformations. Normally we think about doing our compressions, expansions, and reflections first, and then our translations. In this case, we have no translations. Why don't we do our vertical compression first? So if we're thinking about a vertical compression, involves transforming y into k multiplied by y. In this case, k is the reciprocal of the compression factor, or 5/1, which would be 5. If you recall, k bigger than 5 is a compression. K less than 5, or k bigger than 5, I should say, k bigger than 1 is a compression, and k less than 1 is an expansion. So in this case, k is bigger than 1. Let's take our original relation, let's not call it a function, x squared plus y squared equals 4. And you may recognize this particular shape it is, and then again you may not. I don't think you really need to in order to do the question. So here's x squared. I'm going to put in some brackets for my y, which gets squared equals 4, and I'm going to replace y with, in this case, I forgot to write it down, y becomes 5y in this case. So there we've got our 5y. And we can simplify that if we like. X squared plus 25y squared equals 4. And since this is a multiple choice exam, we're already getting rid of that one and getting rid of that one in our heads. Now we're going to reflect in the y-axis. Now, sometimes we get a little confused, so let's think about reflecting in the y-axis. Here's our y-axis. Reflecting in the y-axis means going from a point over here, for example, to over here. In order to accomplish that, we're going to have to take x and turn it into negative x. So x to negative x is our reflection. So a reflection in the y-axis involves turning x into negative x. So let's start off with our relation, x squared plus 25y squared minus 4 equals 4. I can already see a lot of people thinking, there it is, negative x squared. Perfect, I'm done. Not so fast. Here we go. Be very careful with these. That's where x is going to go, and I'm going to square it. Plus 25y squared equals 4. So the trick here is that x, whatever it is, gets squared. I'm going to put my transformed x in here and then make sure that's squared. X becomes negative x. There it is, negative x. And then to simplify, I get x squared. The negative squared becomes positive, plus 25y squared equals 4. And so you can see that if your initial reaction was to think, it must be a negative x squared, you'd be incorrect, because that's the correct answer right there. If you're wondering what it is, of course, it's a, the original one was a circle, x squared plus y squared equals 4. So we've got a circle centered on the origin, and the radius of our circle is the square root of 4. Where is it? There, the square root of 4, or 2. Since this is a vertical compression, it's going to be compressed by a factor of 5, and we're going to not get a circle, we're going to get an ellipse like that. The reflection, x to negative x, has no effect on the actual shape of it. It does take a point from here and move it over here, but the actual shape of it will be exactly the same as it was previously. And that's about it.